Welcome back, everybody. Joey Dykstra joins me today. He graduated from John Stark. He's now off to Franklin Pierce. He's calling me from his dorm, and he's playing football there, which is wicked cool. Really good athlete in both baseball and football. So thanks for coming on, Joey.
Thanks for having me.
So let's get into John Stark and that whole experience for you. How old were you when you first started playing sports, and did you know that those were kind of the two sports you wanted to focus most of your time on?
I've been playing sports like my whole life. Like I don't know, ever since like I can remember, it was always playing baseball or football or basketball, like whatever I
Mhm.
could do to stay active and stuff. So yeah,
Cool. Do you want to start off with baseball?
yeah, we
Just
can do it.
walk us through and Coach Pelletier, having him, great baseball culture over there. So what was that experience like freshman year?
Yeah, coming in freshman year, it really like surprised me of like the winning like community that we had already built. Like we had a lot of leaders, and I think from like the beginning it was like this is what needs to be done. We have to make playoffs. We like the goal was set like to win the championship because they won it the year before. So it was definitely great to come into like a winning community and like just get to work right away.
That's great. Yeah, I think Coach Pelletier, I've talked to him quite a few times. He does a great job over there. Was there anything that surprised you that you can remember coming up that was just a little bit different now that you got to see it at a varsity level from when you were younger and the way things were run?
Um, yeah, I mean the the biggest difference I think between like my eighth grade whatever baseball I played and then getting into high school was like the pitching is exponentially better in high school. Like back like eighth grade, people are like barely throwing curveballs, like you're just hitting fastballs. But now these kids are throwing like 85, like high 80s, like it's the real deal. And getting used to like being able to like the timing changes between fastballs and curveballs, something that Coach Pelletier really helped me with.
Cool. So when you were in identifying those different pitches, once you were able to identify them, did you feel like you got to be like kind of to a next gear of a baseball player?
Yeah, definitely. Like seeing it out of the hand, like it really helps being able to see that, and then you're like, oh, here comes a curveball. You can sit back and hit the other way. Yeah.
So talk about the different positions you played and kind of where you started off, and just let people know about that throughout high school.
Yeah. Freshman year, I started off as a catcher, and then like kind of moved like catcher slash outfield. Um, and then sophomore year was kind of the same thing, but then I started playing a little like we would start blowing out people, and I'd be like, "Oh, can I play like shortstop? Can I play third base?" And coach was like, "You know what? Yeah, sure." Um, and then that kind of like the way that we had more outfielders and infielders, I kind of started moving into there more like permanently. So junior year, I was kind of playing third base, and then this past year, I played a lot of shortstop and third base. It's definitely different coming into the infield.
Was there anything that you were able to do to train for that? Was just kind of just getting in the games and figuring it out, or was there other stuff that was, helpful in the off season?
I think one of my best friends, Chase, who played infield like his whole life, he really helped me like getting like the diet like the simple stuff down and stuff. But getting into the game is really different. Like you can practice as much as you want, but like in the game situations are just completely different.
All right. Do you have any favorite competitors, like teams you used to go up against?
I think Bo's really big one. Like I feel like it was kind of like our rivalry game. Like we always it was always a good game, and like you never know who's gonna win. They beat us in the playoffs my junior year, so that was terrible. And yeah, it was kind of yeah,
Big rivalry there. Do you
yeah.
want to walk us through a little bit like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, and just kind of tell us about the outcomes of each of those seasons where you guys were, in general, pretty good most of those years? I know you guys have a strong program, so you guys had a lot of good years there, but if you just wanted to speak about that for a few minutes.
In freshman year, I think we lost in the quarterfinals by like one run to St. Thomas. We went like 10-6 or something, if I can remember right. Um, Sophomore year, we lost to St. Thomas again in the quarterfinals, which was kind of tough. Um, we had like a similar record, and then junior year is like really when we started to like really get good. We were 16-1 or 17-1. We lost one game in the regular season. Then we came up short in the semis to Bow. And then this past year we had two losses, and then we were able to make it to the state championship, and we lost by one to Southern.
I was at that game, but you guys played hard. It was a great championship. Sorry that you guys didn't come out on the right side of that one, but playing under the lights, I think in a championship game to go out as a senior, that's something pretty cool to hang your hat on. What was it like playing at Delta?
Very different, like the big stadium feel, like the lights were always like it was kind of surreal, like looking at the stands and like gee, like imagine playing here like every day. That'd be really cool.
Super neat. So if you want to move on, we can talk about different sports, like whatever you want to go to. I was thinking to go to football last. Did you play basketball at all when you were in school?
I did. I played 4 years of
All
basketball.
right, cool. Do you want to walk us through and kind of like we just did with baseball, just take us through each season?
Yes, basketball it was a little tougher. I'm not gonna lie. We didn't have a lot of wins. My freshman year, I made varsity, and I think we had like one win. It was a little disappointing, but um, sophomore year, it was kind of the same thing. I think we had like one or two wins. It was starting to get really tough. Like to lose that many games, it's kind of hard, but I think we fought hard in those. Like we could have won some, and then just kind of went the other way. Um, Junior year, it was again like three. I think we had like six wins, so it was getting there. Like you could feel in the locker room, it was just different. Um, and then senior year, we missed playoffs by one run or one game. I don't really remember the record, but it was definitely a lot more competitive year.
Cool. So you guys progressed as you went up through the ranks each year. That's pretty cool. I'll let you shift gears now to football. That's the sport you're going to school for. Similarly, just walk us through, tell us what position you were playing each season, how those seasons went, and whatever else you want to talk about, whether it be important games through each season.
Freshman year, I came in um, and I was playing like mostly running back and then like linebacker, but I didn't play like any defense my freshman year. Our quarterback, our like starting quarterback, got hurt like in the first. I think it was like the third game of the year, so I kind of had to step up and take the snaps. We didn't really throw the ball, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Like just hand the ball off. But it was definitely like a lot of fun. We had like one win, but I don't know. I really like football, so I had a great time with like all the teammates and stuff. Um, and then sophomore year is where I kind of like I got a lot bigger between freshman year and sophomore year, so I started playing defense more. I was also like kind of running back quarterback hybrid that year. Um, we I think we won like four games, so we got better. It was a lot of fun. I made like first team All State for linebacker that year, so that was really cool. Um, then junior year was like the first year we made playoffs. Like we were like 6-5 or something, or no, or like 5-4 or something like that, like right around 500. So we're like still progressively getting better. Um, yeah, so it was like the first time we made playoffs in like 4 years, or like no, it was like 6 years. So that was like a big accomplishment for us. We did lose in the first round, but we're playing tough teams, so it's kind of how it goes.
You made it in. That's like you said, it's an accomplishment to make it in. Program building right there. What was your favorite part about football?
Um, I think the like family aspect it has. Like I know it sounds like cliche, but it really is like practicing with these guys for like 4 hours every day and like that's all we talk about with each other. It's really like a family. Like I have friends like I'll have forever because of football.
That's awesome. Do you want to give any shout outs?
I mean sure. Timula Charity, Matt Antononi, like guys I've been playing with since like day one. Like that's who I remember. Andrew Tower, like Alex Dakota. Like we had a strong like group coming up all through the years.
That's really cool. I'm glad that you guys were able to, have that camaraderie together. Something I was curious about asking you was you were a pretty good baseball player too. What made you pick football over baseball to pursue in college?
I think football's kind of been like my thing. Like it's always been like what I wanted to do. So it's kind of like an easy decision for me. I had a couple of teams like reach out to me for baseball, but I feel like it was never really like what I really wanted to do. Like I still love playing baseball and I played baseball this summer and all that, but I think football is just like my first like I really liked it. So
Awesome. I'm happy for you. So, speak about Franklin Pierce and why to go there.
yeah, Franklin Pierce. They recruited me. Like I really liked the coach. He was really good. Um, it is kind of a small town, but in small school, but it's like full of athletes. So I think that that was kind of part of like all these people are like the same mindset and like they want to win and all that good stuff. So I think I had a couple of Division 2 offers and like D3 offers, but I think Franklin Pierce is definitely the right decision for me.
That's great. So, you fit into the culture there. Who are you guys going to be playing? What are some games you're looking forward to?
Um, we play like Assumption and St. A's. St. A's kind of like I feel like it's kind of our rival from what I know from here. We were actually ranked like third in the coaches poll for Division 2, and we were tied with Assumption and like right above St. A. So I think those games will be like really fun, and like to get to the atmosphere of those like big games, I think will be really good.
That's awesome. So, we'll look forward to hearing about how those go. What are you looking at studying and what do you want to do as a career once you're done with college? Do you know yet?
Yeah, I'm studying health sciences right now, and then after I graduate from that, I'll be going to physical therapy school here. So that's kind of what I wanted to be, like still staying around sports because I love them so much, and I feel like that would be really fun to be able to stay around sports and like help people recover from injuries and stuff.
That's really, really cool. Do you know if you want to do like a lot of different sports with that kind of work?
Yeah, I feel like whatever I, yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of like the Tommy John stuff in baseball is really interesting to me and like ACLs and stuff. So it's kind of like every sport, I guess.
So you want to, I think it's cool. You want to help train athletes heal up after injuries, which is obviously a tough thing to deal with, and that can crash careers. So, I mean, people have made a lot of progress with it over the years, and that's why that as medicine and sports continue to develop hand in hand, you're able to have athletes who are able to go deeper into their careers and stuff that used to be career-ending injuries are no longer. So, I think that's a really cool thing you picked to study. I think it's going to be challenging, but I bet you're up for the task.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add? Words of advice, or just reflecting back on what you've done at this point, and what else you want to achieve?
Well, next goal is definitely like playing some games, and it's hard for like freshmen to play in games during college, but I feel like it's definitely a big goal and like making playoffs and winning a national championship. Like those are the big things to do. So
Yeah, if you want to educate people for a minute, speak about Division 2 football. Obviously, I think a lot of people are familiar with Assumption and Franklin Pierce, St. A's, like the schools that you mentioned. But just talk about like how your conference works. How many teams there are, what the scope of that looks like, and how like a playoff system works in that.
I think there's 10 teams in our conference. And then I think only I'm not really sure how the whole playoff thing works. I just got here, but there is a playoffs for like the NE10, which is the division that we're in, and then the longer, like if you win the championship, you'll go to the next thing, like the regional, and you just keep going until there's eventually like the national championship for Division Two.
Wicked cool. All right. Well, thank you, Joey. I appreciate your time. It was nice to have you on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Please subscribe to the channel. It helps out a bunch and is completely free. Thank you.